Hello, my royal lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are heading back to the murky waters of Prince Harry. There has been an article released putting out some news. I say news, more like drivel. That Prince Harry has announced. I love the way that he just announces. Apparently, by the way, this is People magazine, so we know that they are blowing a fanfare right up his you know where. So they are a favoured publication. So we have to laugh at the words being used. Prince Harry announces a power pact. They're trying to portray him as dynamic. You know, power pact, like the word power is almost often used for like power dressing, power lunches, power naps. It's always sort of dynamics, executives, not jumped up little twerps. Anyway, Power Packed solo trip to New York City in September. So he will advance a number of his patronages and philanthropic initiatives, a spokesperson says. Advance a number of his patronages. In other words, he's just trying to see what he can grift. That's what I glean. I'm reading between the lines, my lovies, so that you don't have to. I think he's just planning on more grifting. Basically, he's got a load of stuff that hasn't come to any kind of fruition whatsoever. I mean, we're still waiting for all these different things for him, to come out with. And everything is stuck because he hasn't got... Because he's not dynamic. This is the whole laughable thing. They're trying to present him as being, really dynamic and whatever, powerful. He couldn't open a packet of cornflakes. That is how powerful he is. I bet he has to get Meghan to open to open the children's Lucky Charms. I'm imagining they have Lucky Charms. So anyway, yes, that is his next official trip. Now, this was announced on August the 27th. So a spokesperson... I love the way they still have a spokesperson. They don't need a spokesperson. What on earth have they got that website for? That landing page website. Why don't they just announce it on there? Anyway, they can't resist announcing it to the media, can they? That Harry is set to visit New York City during the UN General Assembly High-Level Week and Climate Change Week, which kicks off on September the 22nd. Oh, we've got that to look forward to, my lovies, until September the 29th, while High-Level Week runs from the 23rd of September until the 27th. Prince Harry will be in New York City to advance a number of his patronages and philanthropic initiatives. He will participate in the engagements with African Parks, the Halo Trust, the Diana Award, and Travelist. So in other words, all the things that look after themselves, that don't have any involvement from him whatsoever, other than he just turns up, flounces in, and then takes all the glory. That's all he does. With all of those initiatives, he's just a figurehead. He doesn't actually do anything. I'd love to know. I'd love to actually be a fly on the wall and actually see what he does all day. This is what I'm imagining. I'm imagining he gets up. Oh, I don't know. I reckon he's a late riser. I reckon about 9:30, 10 a.m. Gets up. I reckon he has a glass of wellness juice that Meghan's squished with her own claws. Maybe he goes out and sprinkles some seed on the chickens. I don't know. Or maybe that's Archie's job. I don't know. Or maybe Meghan's already run out barefoot with her beige dress billowing out behind her. She thinks she's in The Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the monster music. La 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 la. You get the picture. They think they're the Von Trapps. Well, I wish they'd keep their Von Trapp shut. My goodness. Then I reckon he has a lazy morning. Probably slavers on some sun cream to keep his ginger skin pearly white. Then I reckon he has lunch, maybe a grilled chicken, bit of fish that Meghan's left over for him. He might even have perhaps the same lunch as Archie, I don't know. And then I reckon he might go swimming, a bit of cycling, a bit of walking, a bit of yoga in their yoga studio or tea room or whatever it is. Then maybe feeds the chickens again. I mean, you get the drift. I don't think he does a lot, basically. Furthering the work of the Archewell Foundation, the non-profit organisation he co-founded with his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, the spokesperson added. The September timing coincides with another event happening in New York City. Of course, Prince William's Earthshot Prize on the 24th of September, and the Prince of Wales's Global Environmental Contest and Bloomberg Philanthropies will co-host the third annual Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit at the iconic Plaza Hotel. Prince William, of course, launched his endeavour in 2020 to inspire impactful approaches to the world's most pressing environmental challenges, with plans to award $1 million to 5 categories annually until 2030. Now, this is, an initiative that is actually delivering, and you can imagine that Prince William does actually have a lot of involvement with that. So it does remain at this stage unclear whether Prince William will attend the Earthshot Prize like he did last year, because obviously we have the added difficulties surrounding his wife, the Princess of Wales, Catherine's cancer treatment. So I don't know whether or not he would be able to get out of the country. Maybe he would appear by video link. It's too early to tell at the moment, although this is fast approaching. So the late September date falls after Prince George and Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis return to school, following, of course, the summer holidays. Now, reportedly, no expectations have been set for Catherine to return to public work as she continues to undergo, as I've mentioned, her cancer treatment. So I think William's attendance at the Earthshot Prize will depend largely on that. And obviously, having 2 brothers in the same city, at similar times may prove I don't know. I'm getting the impression that perhaps William will stay behind this time, but we'll see. We'll see. So Harry was last in New York in October for the Archewell Foundation's first in-person event. He seems to be getting around a lot, racking up some air miles, most definitely. Obviously, they flew to Nigeria, they flew to Colombia. They are certainly not really helping with the environment at all, are they? It's all virtue signalling, isn't it, my lovies? They don't practice what they preach. And they think that just by carbon offsetting, that does it all. No, you need to lead by example, my lovies. I mean, people are tracking Taylor Swift all across the country with her flights, but at least she's not preaching, I don't believe, about sustainable travel, like Harry is with Travelist and all the rest of it. They're just a bunch of grifting hypocrites. I imagine there's something else in New York he wants to go to as well. I don't imagine it's just about furthering his initiatives that are outstanding. He wants to... There's something else afoot, I do feel. Now, I have also heard reports that perhaps Harry was spotted at an airport ready to go to the UK. Now, I don't know if that is true or not. We certainly haven't seen him in the UK yet. I will wait and see if that happens. But it is coming up to his 40th birthday. And we do know that on his 40th birthday, he is set to inherit a large amount of money from the Queen Mother's legacy, as well as her other grandchildren that were born during her lifetime. So that does exclude Lady Louise and, of course, James, Earl of Wessex. So only her grandchildren that were born during her lifetime are set to inherit. But Harry is rumoured to be receiving the lion's share of all of the grandchildren, because obviously he was not supposed to be king and still isn't, thankfully. And he was expected to do a lifetime of service and duty. That is what the late Queen Mother thought that he was going to do. And of course, he's getting the lion's share of the money whilst not doing the work. I think he should, the difference that he's receiving between all of the others, I think he should give up and split between those grandchildren, to be quite honest. Or even he could give that difference to Lady Louise and James, couldn't he? That would be a nice thing to do. But of course, we're not talking about someone who is actually into compassion. He wouldn't actually think that. No, he wants to spend that on maybe a new beige dress for Meghan. So there is also some confusion out there. I've still seen it put about on social media. I think this started on a YouTube or social media post, and it's completely false. Princess Anne is not in control of the Queen Mother's will or legacy. She is not an executor. I have read newspaper articles, reports, anything to do with the Queen Mother's legacy from the time of her passing. There is no mention anywhere that Princess Anne is an executor or involved with the Queen Mother's will. This is completely fictitious. There is no evidence. Read my lips. Not that you can see my lips. Hear my lips. There is zero evidence. If you can actually find me any evidence, and I'm not talking what someone says in a YouTube video or what someone has posted on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. I mean actual hard evidence from the time that the Queen Mother passed away that Princess Anne has any involvement. I've not been able to find any. Then please let me know. Send me a link. And I will, of course, amend my comments. But there is no evidence. This is false. So please get that out of your heads and minds. Princess Anne has zero involvement. I wish she did, because I think she'd make it difficult for Harry. But I don't believe that this is the case. There's no evidence. So please discard that. That is false information. So Harry, I hope he enjoys his New York trip. He's probably not funding it himself. He's probably getting all of those organisations that he's going to be attending to chip in and contribute to all of those funds. So, yeah, we'll have to see what comes to fruition. Like I said at the top of this video, all of those organisations and charities that he works with, they are all set up themselves. He doesn't do anything. I would be highly surprised if he did anything at all, other than turn up at things like this to promote. That's what he does. He just promotes. It's time they cut their, association with him, I think. I think he's a liability. Right, I'm off. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media. And of course, do hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me, mwah, to you all, and goodbye, my lovies.